Ugh. This is gonna be the thumbnail. I don't know if it's actually gonna be the thumbnail, but apparently I was very cold last night and I cranked the AC down here. So honestly, another night of pretty shit sleep. I think it's just getting to the point now where I'm leaner than I've ever been, like ever. So it's just getting harder to sleep, and I'm just waking up. So I think I probably got up 6 times again last night to piss. And just every time I wake up, I'm just wide awake. So, I mean, luckily I was able to sleep for a little bit, but gotta get these check-ins sent off to Luke. I got my usual decaf coffee, so a little bit of something to warm me up and get the blood flowing, and hopefully get the bowels moving so I can get a good, accurate weigh-in for Luke here this morning. And then we'll find out what the plan is for the day, and we'll take it from there. So, I'll talk to you guys shortly. Also, if you guys are espresso lovers and you're interested in the decafs, the Melozio decaf one is probably the best. I also have the, I think it's called Furtado. Anyways, it's the espresso decaf shot, which is also really good, but the Melozio's goated. Okay guys, so check-ins have been sent over to Luke. I just wanted to get that first round over to him ASAP. So he is currently working on my plan for the day. But I don't know if I've showed you guys my actual setup for check-ins. Now normally, we have 2 big windows here. So in the winter, this is going to be key, obviously, because getting natural light early in the morning in the winter is very tough here. But that's why I got this little studio light thing, and I honestly bought this at the beginning of the season off Amazon because I was like, I'm gonna have a bunch of clients competing this year, probably gonna be in some shitty hotel rooms with shitty lighting, so this is something that I wanted to get anyways for that, and it's just worked out really well for my prep check-ins because as long as I'm up before the sun, then lighting is consistent, right? And having consistency across pitchers, across the whole prep, is something that is very, very valuable. And the lighting is sick. Like, ooh. Yeah, so we're going to do another round of posing, and I'll let you know when I get the plan back from Big Luke. Okay, guys. So, we are back at the desk. And I'm about to go get some steps in on a treadmill. Actually, I might just go outside with Fletcher and go for a quick walk because he's eating now. He's gonna need to go for a little poo-poo pee-pee. And yeah, so go for a walk. Then I'm gonna have meal 1. And the plan for today. So Luke is just going to give me, I had 30 grams cream rice as a pre-workout. That's going to be meal 2, so meal 1 is still going to be my sourdough meal. And then post-workout, we're adding 100 grams of rice. And that's being added to the base plan in the folder. So I think that's, yeah, fuck. Okay, yeah, so still not getting a lot of food today, unfortunately. Like I said, I get 100 grams of rice in one of my other meat and rice meals. So only 2 carbless meals today. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan. So I gotta get my meals ready to go with me. And I'm not gonna take post-workout, I don't think, just because Luke wants me to come back here and weigh myself right after, just so I have to use the same scale. We'll get started with our day. I was really hoping for a little more food today, but we will survive. So yeah, we'll get some pictures for Luke post-workout. That's kind of the purpose here. Get these 2 meals in, and then 2 meals and like, I think he said like 2.7 liters of water, between 2.5 and 3 liters of water, 2.25 and 2 3/4 of a liter. So I'm gonna do my Stanley and then 3 shakers of water, and that should put us pretty much there, I think. I think my Stanley's 1.2, shaker 600 mils times 3 plus think this is 1.2 liters. 1.18. Yeah, so if I drank all that, that would bring me up to 3 liters. So I will leave a little bit in the Stanley before I go to the gym. Also wanted to show you guys my check-in pictures. So I'll probably put those up on the screen while I'm talking about the updates with that me and Luke are doing for today, what we're doing with food. Honestly, really happy with how the pictures look this morning. I think this is probably the sharpest I've looked, and we've just kind of really flushed everything out of the system, and it's been a big difference from my look this time last week to now. So really happy. That's definitely a relief for me, just because I knew that there was more that we could get out of my physique, and I feel like we're really getting there now, and it's really starting to come together. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the week, and you know, whatever Luke thinks we need to do to get there, then we're gonna do it. So that is the plan. And Fletcher's waiting to go outside, so I'm gonna go take him out, and then we will crack on for meal 1. Okay, we're kind of doing a little bit of multitasking because we're on a tight timeline here. So I'm working on my creamy rice, my pre-workout meal over there. There's no reason why this can't be more zoomed in. Yeah, so working on my pre-workout meal over there. Got meal 1 going in here now. Took Fletcher out for a little walk, and I gotta get on the road now in like 20 to go for my massage. So we're going to see Matt, getting a nice little flush massage, which should be good because, like I said earlier, Luke wants some visuals post-workout. So this should help to kind of loosen everything up, get me nice and opened up. Nothing too crazy, nothing harsh today, and yeah. So I mean, typically I have, or me and Alicia will get Matt to come here and just do treatment on both of us. I mean, I've had it in previous prep vlogs, and that's very convenient. But obviously, the only time he would be able to come here that lined up with my schedule was like Thursday, and I was like, I don't want to be pushing appointments until kind of like later in the week. I have a haircut on Thursday. Like, that's another piece of advice for you guys, is like in peak week, like I'm trying to do very little this week, and already, as you guys have seen, I've been like pretty on the hop, kinda. Well, typical to like the rest of prep, I feel like I'm doing more this week than I have in any previous week. So just really try to space your peak week activities out, especially for girls, even though there's probably not a lot of girls watching this, but you know, your nails, all those little appointments and stuff, just try to space them out, like start like 2 weeks out. That way it's not as overwhelming, because you know, peak week can be stressful anyways, and you just want to do what you can to minimize that and make it as easy as possible on yourself. So, all right, we are just gonna do some regular old mustard on this. I feel like this is pretty up close and personal. Oops. Oopsies. I forgot how close this was. The first piece is always the best. Look at this. Focus. Beautiful. Might put some sriracha on this, but we're gonna crush this. I will see you guys in the car. Alright, so just got to Matt's. It was like an hour drive out here, but I'm really only like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes from the gym, depending how bad traffic is. So that's not too bad. Got my pre-workout meal with me. Hopefully I don't get hit by this truck here now. And so I'll have that after. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, I feel it's so funny when you come out of a massage. I feel like, especially like an early morning one, I feel so weird right now. I just feel fried. But anyways, that was a great massage. That was like an ideal massage, because I feel like normally when I get massages, they hurt, because typically if you're getting a good massage that's going to be effective as a bodybuilder or an athlete, it's probably going to fucking not feel that great. So yeah, normally they're not that fun, and it just stresses me out. But that was nice and relaxing. Shit. There we go. Yeah, so that was nice and relaxing. So now the plan is, I'm just going to go to the gym. I got my pre-workout meal right there. And we're going to go train a little bit of push. Get some post-workout pics for Luke. Probably go through another couple rounds of posing. Maybe get some steps in on the treadmill. And then I got to get home and get my weight for Luke. Alright. I almost forgot to record this because I was so excited to eat it. In the parking lot at Pure Now, putting down the pre-workout meal, watching The Shire in the Shed, if you guys are familiar with Justin Shire and James Hollingshed's podcast. It's on IFBB AMA. But yeah, so gonna go in and hit a little push workout, and not sure if I'm gonna really film anything, but we'll see. Probably definitely gonna film some clips post-workout, because Luke wants to see what I look like. So we'll do that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update. So I'm gonna get into the rest of this Elevate cream of rice, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Alright, my Elevate shirt. You guys can also get yours at elevatefoods.com, code Shea. And I think they also have other merch there now too, like dad hats, regular hats, shaker bottles. So there's lots of stuff there, and there's 2 new flavors coming out very soon. I think they just posted about one today, which is going to be a salted caramel flavor, which I absolutely cannot wait for, and I don't think they've released the other flavor, but of course I know what it is. But yeah, so this meal is 200 grams of ground beef, 100 grams of rice, 125 grams of spinach, and I just got back, got my weight, sent my post-workout pics to Luke, And we're pretty much just going to continue on with the rest of this day as is. So I'm going to have 2 more carbless meals, 1 more meal with 100 grams of rice, and that's pretty much going to be it. I just got like some steps to do. I'm probably going to walk over to the grocery store and get some snap peas. Me and Fletcher will go out for another walk at some point, and that's pretty much just going to be it. I also, which I'll show you probably a little later, picked up some merch for the first level athletes. So all my athletes that competed this season, I'm getting some like zip up hoodies made for like backstage sort of thing. Was gonna try to do tracksuits, which if you guys have been watching this full prep series, you'll see at the beginning I was working on making tracksuits, and it just was a very long and tedious process to get them, and going back and forth with people in like, I think they were in like Pakistan or something like that. But the tracksuits are really nice, and I will be getting them made for probably next season, but it's just not realistic to have it done this season, and my brain capacity for that stuff is very, very minimal. So the deeper I got in prep, I was just like, this is not gonna happen. Okay, what is crazy to me is I just bought 4 bags of snap peas, $45. $45. So I cannot wait. This week will be cheaper on protein. Not that it really makes that much of a difference anyways, but man, the amount of money that I've spent on veggies this prep, like getting fresh veggies, is insane. So one thing that I'm gonna work on this offseason though is keeping in veggies, because I have a tendency to take them out because I end up getting too full and it kind of slows my digestion. But I really need the micronutrients, so. But buying the frozen bags of veggies is much cheaper, much cheaper. So, yeah. Oh. All right, guys, I am fading here. So Alicia gets back tomorrow, which means the house needs to be in tip-top shape. So that's pretty much what I spent the evening doing. Did the laundry, cleaned the kitchen, vacuumed the floors, gave Fletcher a bath, which he was actually a very good boy. For the past, I'd say the past three or 4 baths, and I think this is just him acting out because he gets pissed off, because I've had less patience with him getting baths. But I lift him out of the bath, he stands on the rug, and he just pisses there. So this time, I kept him in the bath, and I just immediately carried him down here, and he didn't pee. So he got some treats. So yeah, just went and finished off, there we go, finished off my steps, 11,072 for the day on the treadmill. I didn't show you guys my last meal actually. It was literally just a chicken salad, same thing I had last night. So 125 grams of spinach, 100 grams of blueberries, 150 grams of chicken, and then that homemade dressing that I make. So yeah, we got, I wouldn't even consider it 2 meals, it's a meal and a half maybe. We got 100 grams of rice, 150 gram beef, 100 grams snap peas, and then we have the protein paste and the almond butter. So I will be eating those together. I'm gonna have my tea, and I'm gonna head to bed. It's 9 p.m. right now. So honestly, I might get in bed and try to edit for a little bit. We'll see, maybe I'll do it down here, but I'll show you guys my meal before I shut it down for the night, and that's pretty much gonna be it for today. Today is Monday, and we are 5 days out. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days out. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Alicia gets back tomorrow. Very excited. What else do we have tomorrow? Pull. Obviously, we're gonna find out the plan from Luke tomorrow. But other than that, I think it's just gonna be a pretty big check-in day for clients. So I'll be chilling here most of the day, getting work done. I'm gonna try to get my workout in. Actually, it really depends on what Luke wants when I'm gonna be training tomorrow. But yeah, well, I mean, I'm probably going to train after 2 meals because that's probably how it's going to be replicated on show day. I'm getting on stage probably around 11:30. That's like when I normally train. So it kind of lines up like that to kind of have 2 meals in by then. And yeah, so that's kind of the plan. But you guys will have to watch tomorrow's video to find out what the plan is. Because you guys are finding out as I'm finding out here. So I hope you guys are enjoying these peak week videos. I apologize that I don't have that much energy. The past couple days have probably been the shittiest I felt all prep. Very happy with how I look, but we're dragging ass here. So yeah, let's get this meal together and shut her down. All right. Oh, you guys know what's up here. So we got last meal going down. I got my tiger tea, whey paste, almond butter, and my beef and rice meal. So that's pretty much gonna be it. As I said, gonna crush this, head to bed, and I will see you guys tomorrow.